it's read a book day. Does that mean you have to read the entirety? Or does that mean you have to just maybe start a book?
That probably just means you need to open a book and read it. If you believe in these holidays.
If you read 2 pages of the read a book day, is that suffice? Have you done your duty for reading a book? I don't know. There's a lot of unanswered questions for such a, is it the entirety of the book?
I don't know, Jeff. I don't read books. It's just you got to pick up a book and you got to read it today. You got to read it today. That's the deal.
Okay. So what book are you planning on picking up?
I'm not reading any books today. I'm not. I don't fall into these holidays. They're over to me. I'm still pissed off at the Keurig because it took me 90 seconds to brew a cup of coffee. By the way,
I have a great book for.
It's the number one thing that people love on our poll question is where do you get your cup of coffee? 71% say the Keurig.
I have a great read for you and 71% of the listening audience at KZOZ.
Is it online? If it's online, I'll read it.
I'm not sure if it is. It is the Keurig Manual, because the Keurig Manual will solve all your problems today.
I've read the Keurig Manual.
Is that constitute as a book?
It needs to be,
because I need to learn something.
There needs to be a 101 on how to fix the Keurig when it's broke all the time. That's the book. Sorry.
A little upset.
Yeah, I was
it's supposed to be a convenient thing. The Keurig.
Yeah.
And it's not being a convenient thing.
I bet you that's one thing, though, when you ask about what has lasted the longest in your house, it's probably some manual to something that you never opened. Like, I was cleaning the other day, and I ran across the manual to my TV. Like, why do they give me that?
I will give it to Eureka for the vacuum cleaner. I have put my Eureka vacuum cleaner through the ringer. I've had it for 5 years, but it's still holding up. And I bring it up because I ran across the manual on it the other day, and I was like, I've never had to look at this thing for anything. I can figure it out always on my own.
Right
here. Why do I even keep this manual around? I'm sure the warranty's no good on it anymore.
That's probably the last book I've read. Is that considered a book, a manual? The manual to operate my generator that I bought. First generator purchase. I read the son of a bitch.
A lot of rules.
I even tried to read the Spanish and the Chinese version of it, but I didn't get there.
There's a lot of rules to the 63cc generator from Harbor Freight Tools. A lot of rules. You got to follow by those rules.
Do you see somebody when they read a book? Do you see I look at that person, I'm like, I don't think I'm going to have a lot in common with that person. That person seems very boring to me. Like, I respect the fact that they're vintage and they like to read the book, but I like to have conversations.
How about this?
What am I going to do? Sit next to you? I mean, like, how are we gonna get along? And what am I going to read while you read?
Mention from time to time that it drives you nuts when your wife is knee deep in content on her phone.
Right. Which is a daily routine.
Would you be as nuts if she was knee deep in a book?
Yes, it would still bother me because she's not paying attention to me.
Okay.
Like, why are you paying attention to me? I'm right here.
So that's what the main thing is. Because I'll tell you this, it drives me nuts when my wife is way
into her phone.
And what drives me nuts more is when she comments about something that is like on Facebook or on Instagram or on BuzzFeed or a story in the news, and then she looks to me for comment. And I'm like, and oftentimes these are people's personal lives, and I'm like, man, I really have nothing to say about that. And then she gets mad at me for not having anything to say about it.
Why don't you have something to say about it?
Because I don't
You have something to say every day for 4 hours. You can't.
Exactly. My inventory of something to say is spent by the time I go home. Okay? So I don't have anything to say about that. Now, I probably equally would be if she said she had to give me a synopsis of the book. But the book, you don't do that. You don't want to ruin the book for everybody. You can ruin Facebook for everybody.
To me, it's more, at least it's interactive. I wish my wife did that. Sometimes she'll like, hey, look at this video. I'm like, oh, okay, that's kind of fine. Unless I'm doing something, and then I'm like, I don't care about the video. I'm just doing this. It's usually what it is. It's usually when I'm watching something that I want to watch, and she's just sitting there, and then she's bothering me the whole time, like football.
Like bothering you with the content?
Yes. Oh, check this out.
So you would like it more if she was reading a book, because nobody's going to stop down the book and tell you about the book.
Yes, I guess now that we broke this down, yes. Maybe I should start buying her books.
So maybe we reverse the trend, not for our own well-being and our own knowledge, because knowledge is power, and you say you gain knowledge from reading books, but we use this day to say, hey, get off your Facebook, get off your Instagram, get off your BuzzFeed, get off whatever it is that drives you on the internet, and pick up a book and read it, because then you're not going to be forced to share it with everybody else.
93.3 KZOZ rocks Jeff and Jeremy in the morning.